Nice to be back again with all of you today. And I hope you all really try to get to understand what's really going on. I've been following up the BBC News on the 31st of the 3rd, and I overheard the French president is saying that he have intentions of building 17 more nuclear plants. And many other countries besides France is thinking about building many more nuclear plants. But all of you are wrong with what you all are doing, and you all must understand that you all are wrong, regardless if you all have guns and bombs to kill people when people can tell you all are wrong. You all are wrong within the sense that I personally would like to call on the Supreme Court in America and all the presidents and all the judges of the world just to ask them a simple question. If nuclear technology is good and we can use and enjoy the good side of it, why then the waste percent of it is lying in the pool? And also it goes so many years before it destroys. So what are we really saying? You are saying that the nuclear is good and packing up the waste percent of it in a pool, that is also good? Look, we are stuck within the middle of everybody have to make a decision here. This is not a president or a government or this is all of us problem. We're coming back to the same point again. And I would like all the presidents of the world and all you intelligent people to really try to understand the Chancellor of Germany as a woman. She's a woman. She knows what it is to be a mother because she's a woman. And being a woman will care more about her children because we men of today, we are involved in so much wars against each other and hating each other and jealous of each other's. If you have a car, I want to have a bigger car than you, but I don't want no car. As a matter of fact, I don't want nothing at all this fighting for. But I'm only looking. But now when the case reached to this, I'm the father of 10 kids in all the society, and all they're involving me and all they're involving my kids within all the touching the works that God made from the creation with the things that all he is doing with all your hands, all the touching too much. Now, I understand in this world, some human beings have to be slaves for some. Well, you all don't realize that 54 years of my life I have been a slave for all you. That's why now I would like all of you to listen to me. All my life I have been a slave for all you. I never own a car, I never own a house, I never own nothing. And I still don't own nothing, I look at living with all this still. And all the thought I'm not here. I'm right here, I'm right here. And I'll tell you how all is supposed to play it. And how all is supposed to really do it. The more all you're going in and in and into what all you're going into is the more trouble coming out of it. As all you can see what all is doing. Now, we will talk about getting rid of the waste percent of this nuclear plant that only have so much years that one of these plants let know 2 truckload of waste a year. In America, you have 100 plants. I don't know how much you have in China. I don't know how much you have in India. I don't know how much you have in Pakistan. I don't know how much plant you have all over the world, but I'm telling you, I was blind. It's only when this incident took place in Japan, I get to realize that all the waste percent of this thing is lying in a pool. And that is not good enough. I would like the Supreme Court to take action on the state to tell them it is not good enough for the public life and also for the Supreme Court, the judge himself life. It is for all of us life and also our children life and also the continuation of the world. Or they just can't run into the world and say, all right, we come into the world, we get rich, we eat, we drink, and we just die, and that is the end of the world. No. It goes to generation to generation to generation to generation, and the generation that we are living in right now, Although you all say you all are heading towards civilization, this civilization automatically change for destruction. If only not watching it, could change for destruction. And I, Junior Anthony Lewis, representing the poor party, is going to ask the poor party for a donation to give it back to the president so that you guys on top who is running this racket could really like pay to bury the waste that you all already acting there, that's standing in the pool. Get rid of this waste. You all speaking about terrorism and terrorism and terrorism. But in reality, who is really the terrorist? Who is the terrorist? We ourselves are the terrorists. We do things that we don't even understand what we are doing, and we are saying we are looking for terrorists. Sometimes I feel we are creating terrorists than really looking for terrorists. Because all these things is not efficient enough for the world, like for you to have all this nuclear waste packed in a pool. That is the most dangerous terrorism, because none of you all cannot say when the next earth will shake. None of you all will not say when the next tsunami will come in. Alright, if none of you all can say when the next earth will shake and when the next tsunami will come in, why you all have all this amount of waste just packed up there in a pool? If it's shake and this thing disappear from that pool, what is our problem more than what we really have? Do you think money can buy it? You all are hurting all part of my feelings, you all are hurting my joints, you all are hurting my head, you all are hurting my foot, you all are hurting all part of me, and we are all men. And simply because of greed, you want to be better than he and he want to be better than you, and the next one want to be better than the next one. And that is how they're going. Everybody want to be better than with each other. And that is how they're going. And they don't decide to stop. They don't decide to stop. So I have to take actions slowly to tell you all what is really going down. And what is really going down. Now, today, automatically, when I read on the papers again today, I read about all this amount of material that the tsunami is going to hit this island of Hawaii. How Hawaiians is feeling to know all this amount of materials is coming down to their port. How America will feel when they come back to her port. How much money is just to clean up all of these things. Look, I can tell you all something. You all are fighting a war in vain. We have more war just within our environment, to keep our environment clean. That is the biggest war, because without an environment, we cannot even fight a war. And the war of life that I am watching, that I am seeing, that none of you all is not concentrating on. You are concentrating on who could buy the biggest BMW, who could buy the biggest car, who could buy the biggest this, who could buy the biggest that, and put more into global warming, more than only trying to really like, let's eat and drink and have a good time, you know, like hug our girlfriend, make a nice piece of love, go to our bed, sleep. We looking for energy, yes. Nobody will say we don't need energy, we like energy, but we use energy from the breeze. We can use energy, everybody can put their food in the eco bags, and they can use energy from the fruits. We can get energy from many other places than going nuclear for energy. Be a little bit wise, because I'm not telling you, I'm not against your nuclear. But I am against that the waste percent of it cannot be destroyed. And I am against that you have all this amount of thing in the pool. I don't know where the pool is. Let's say a terrorist get to know where the pool is and bomb up the pool. What is our situation? What is our situation? And we are in the same situation. They are saying to me that this problem in Japan is a normal problem, and it's not this, and it's not that, and it's not this, and it's not that, and not the other. But it killed the last 2 people who went into it. And they had on clothes, and they don't know how the water reaches inside of the clothes. Listen, I don't need all that to fool me anymore. Because all automatically not fooling me anymore, but they're fooling on themselves. I'm a dead man. I just come to tell you all the last part of the story. The last part of the story is this. If you all don't stop what you all are doing, put your slave in a different angle, not only on the land and on the nature of the, or not only on the nature, put your slave mind in many different angles. You all have a lot of things you all can do to make money. For instance, in Africa, there's places that don't have water. You all can put water there, you all can use slave from, even if you're using a slave, you use a slave wisely, but you all are using slave right now to kill yourself. What is the sense in using slave in that direction? What is the sense in using a slave to do technology that you all cannot destroy the waste? But you all are paying the slave the worst money to even come in the plan and clean the plan out without even knowing that they have to have all this amount of covering over the face and all this amount of protection before they could go into such plan. But you are just thinking of the money. But how it is to have a big bag of money, or your bank account is very nice and you cannot even drink a cup of water? Or you cannot even eat food comfortable. Or you know your children who is coming into the world cannot eat food comfortable. Look, you all are making a big mistake, you know, and I'm going to tell all of you this morning. You all start to listen to the Chancellor of Germany, because her idea of not insulating more plant in her country, it don't only go for her country, it goes for all over the world. Because I can tell you something, as simple as Japan have that problem, a lot of people, when they hear about the Japan tsunami, they say, oh, the tsunami happened in Japan, it don't happen here. The people die there, it don't happen here. But it's not a matter of it happening in Japan. It's not a Japan problem, it's all of us problem, because we are human beings in the world. Our mind can be hating each other, but the actual earth itself that is lying here in the surface, if a part of it is being broken, according to what part is being broken, it could disrupt the whole universe. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you are really getting the message of what I'm saying. I doesn't talk much. But when I talk, it's the last days, you know. I talk in the last days. And I'm talking and saying it again and again and again. It is not a president problem. It is all of us problem. And the Supreme Court of America this morning and all other courts all over the world is putting men into prison for things that men do wrong. I and all was in prison 2 years for what they say I do wrong. And all that I had been doing wrong is just to smoking one ganja. That's my wrong. Now, you all building all these things and don't have any place to put the waste of these things. What you all are doing, is that right? I want to ask you a question. Is it right? Is it right? Smoking a joint of marijuana is wrong in your society. That I can make 2 years prison just because of smoking a joint of marijuana. But you all have all this amount of nuclear waste in the pool there, plus this problem in Japan with this thing going to the sea, that you all are trying to make everybody feel, okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's all right. But if our next earthquake come and cover it up, or our next tsunami come and cover it up, then we have bigger problem. Is these things right? And who really supposed to be in the prison? You all have to ask yourself a lot of questions. Not like you all can just come and just do things into the world and run the world and that's it. Because I am not going to kill any one of you with a gun. I am not going to kill any one of you with a bomb. I'm going to leave all of you to kill yourself if you all does not listen to what I have to say. And to not only listen, do exactly what I say. And you know what I say? I say start to close down all those plans. Slowly and surely. And you know what I have to say to you all? Let's start to bury the waste that we already have existing for all these among the years that we have. Each plant letting out 2 truckload of waste. Where is this waste? It's lying in the pool. How many kilometers down the scientists and them are to think and construct, and how deep down we can go in a very, try to make it in a safe place to get rid of this waste. Then we're going to be talking something else after this. When this happens, then we'll be talking something else after this. But once this continues, then I'm going to tell all of you something. All of you is going to die. Whether he is president, whether he is lawyer, whether he is doctor, whether he is thing, all of us is going to die. I already did, you know. Sometimes I feel I don't feel that because you know what it is to be a slave for 54 years? Do you know what it is to be a slave for 54 years? It's like you're a dead man just living, you know. I'm a dead man talking to all of you today. I'm dead. But I just have a little speech to tell you all are going the wrong way. And instead of you all are thinking about building more nuclear plants, you all have to change that thought. Think about burying the active waste that you all already have from the nuclear plants for all these years. Think of burying that, how deep down you have to go with that. Spend the money that you all are constructing the plants with to bury the waste. And try, and not only try, do. Take other forms of electricity, not nuclear. Not nuclear, take other forms. Take forms of electricity that can destroy. And use technology not only in the form of the good side of it, like enjoying the electricity and everybody have a stove and everybody can cook and all this kind of thing. This is nice. I'm not saying that it is wrong, it is nice. But what it is I'm saying is, when technology reaches the stage that the waste percent of it cannot be destroyed, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't go into it because many men feel that they are God. But we are not God. We just talk with a big mouth. You know, we are not God. We try to study who is God, and up to now we can't even study his God. Because if you ask many of the wise scientists and many of the great men in the world today about the Bermuda Triangle that we have lying there, many of them does not even know where the big aeroplane and where the ships and where the boats go up to now. And so many centuries they have been studying that Bermuda Triangle. So how could we be God? Well, my God, the God who made this world, he have it angled into all directions. For instance, look at even the sea. It took all this amount of material. Why it don't sink it to the bottom of the sea and stay there? Why it have to come down from that point straight down to hit Hawaii? Or straight back to go to America? It's just to show man that it does not belong there. So he vomited, so you see I'm gonna vomit back out, vomiting back out what I don't want. This world was so easy and nice to live in if man had been listening. But these wars that you see happening right now, these wars have been happening centuries and centuries and centuries ago from the day man born. Man always believed in fighting and warring from the day that the devil come down here to live with us. But just they change up the society, they use a different form of thing now. We have different guns, we have different bombs before they remember. You could remember the days when the Indian was the boss of America. Do you remember? You forget. There's certain part of America you're not allowed to even build buildings. I hope you all are studying the plan. You have a certain part there under sea level. You have over sea level, you have under sea level. You understand? It's a whole big game, and we got to know how to play it. And I am going to tell you all the truth of playing it. You all are going to start to listen to me. And every human being in the world, we have to give back the government our money, because our money becoming nothing to us. All who greedy and like money and feel well the money could think, it's not coming anything to us, because we can have money and can't drink water is the worst case scenario. We can have money and can't eat food is the worst case scenario. So we have to start to think among the poor people now, and we have to start to get in a level, stop the fighting, stop the quarreling, and let us try to help the government in building this place where they want to go under the ground, because they need a lot of help to build this thing, because there's so much of waste you all have from all countries. If you all are doing something, I think that you all have to do one thing. Don't put the waste here, put the waste there, put the waste there, put the waste there, put the waste. Put the waste in one place. Mr. President, head of the Supreme Court, all courts all over the world, brothers and sisters, man and woman, animal, everything is involved in this matter. Everything is involved in this matter right now. It's a serious case. It is a serious, serious, serious case. And I, Junior Anthony Lewis, representative of the Poor Party, is calling on the German Chancellor to ask her if she can be the advisor of the other president in the world to accept her policy of how she thinks about the nuclear plan towards her people. And in that way, the other president who minds is involved in putting their slave to work in the angle where they're supposed to work. I'm not against that. They have to put slave to work because they have to prove themselves more intelligent more than everybody, and they are more intelligent than me because look at me, I'm 54 years of age. And for all my life I have been their slave, but I reach the point now where I see they are going the wrong way. So I'm taking this point now to tell them I want to be the representative of the poor people who they're using as slaves, to ask the poor people for all of us to donate $10 and give it to the president, Mr. Obama, or whoever in charge of getting rid of this waste, through the Supreme Court passing the bill that the poor people could assist. So in that way I will be under the laws that is being right. Then we will be heading towards a brighter day. But right now, the road that all of us is on, we are heading towards destruction. A big destruction. So large destruction that, I cannot even get sleep. You all have been taking away my sleep. You all take away all my money. You all take away all my gold. You all take away everything. Now you all are taking away my sleep. Because I cannot even sleep comfortable. Because I know what you all are doing. We are going to pay a big, big, big price for it. A very big price for it. And we have a lot of things that is going on in the world. At least I cannot touch everything that is going on in the world. But what it is I like to say, what it is going on in the world is because, man, they naturally hate each other. They're jealous of each other. They want to live higher than each other. They don't even know what they want. They don't even know what they want. It's the truth. They want, and they don't even know what they want.